Welcome, and we're back to In the Meantime with me and Dave, episode number 2. My guest tonight, Joey Nitro, former co-host of In the Meantime podcast. And it's been a whole few hours since the last podcast or webisode, whatever the fuck this is.
You saw me walking down the street.
No, I didn't.
We just decided.
I hit you up earlier. Again, if you followed the last episode from a few hours, filmed a few hours ago, but this is gonna be posted later. I don't know when this will be posted, so because the other one's taking fucking forever to upload. If you followed the last one, these are being filmed because I missed a gig thanks to a comedian who couldn't tell the difference between Union City and Daly City. To be fair, they both have Jollibees in them, indicating a strong Filipino population in both. But one on the East Bay, or one's in the East Bay, one's in the West Bay or near San Francisco. This dumbass just never bothered to check what city I lived in and double check the address. Whatever. It's been for the better because now I'm here doing episode 2 with my guest, Joey Nitro, Joseph of Nitro. We are here late tonight when I probably should be sleeping because Joey's a night owl and he's been... Joey, I guess, why don't you introduce yourself, give the audience your life story in 200 words or less.
Man, that's the actual, the staying up late's getting I'm getting a little out there, man. Like, I'm waking up pretty late lately, but,
Speak up, man. I'm not sure if they can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just continuing, being a jackass, pretty much, and, But there's one little difference though. Finally, had to get clean and shit.
Clean and shit for what?
Clean and...
You said first off, Joey was supposed to give me possibly a ride also to this gig I had tonight, but was unable to because he had to go help his dad get a piece for his workout?
Yeah, the Bowflex.
Bowflex. His dad still uses the Bowflex.
Actually, he said he's going to just say fuck it and start going to the gym
this
now.
way so I don't get my feet up. So his dad still uses the Bowflex, and on top of that, you also work out now. Show him the guns. Show him the guns. Show him one of the guns.
I don't want to be too.
No, show him, Joey.
I might as well cut a wrestling promo.
See, just show him. There, look at that.
But I'm too pale, dude.
Joey, that doesn't matter. At least it shows up on camera. So it shows up. But no, because Joey used to be more of a skinny kid. Joey and I have something in common. We both have done drugs together, and we now are both clean.
Yeah.
Free and clear of drugs, and you never did alcohol. You were saying
that was the one thing, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing. I mean, he didn't drink, but he did do some drugging. Do some drugging. I did a lot of drugging with the alcohol, but yeah. And so now we're here because I invited him to come over after his workout, where he did not take a shower. He came straight here from going home, borrowed his dad's car to get down here from Alameda. So I want to thank you for being a guest.
Oh, I was actually able to. I was able to get a little gas money, so I did take.
Oh, I got some gas money. Right on. Let's see what
I took my Mazda, man.
Right on.
I didn't have to take my dad's still sideswiped town car.
Nice, man. That's good pops. So a couple things have been coming up. 2 things. We just had a little discussion earlier, and Joe has one of the things that came up. How long have you said since you last saw a puss? Is this correct? This was your term?
It's been probably 2 years, man.
He says 2 years, but then he tells me in reality how long has it been?
It's been like a couple months.
Couple months. All right. So Joseph's big on stretching the truth. exaggerating a little bit. And on top of that, also we're kind of in the background over here. You can't really see over on the television set because you shouldn't be, because quite frankly this would break copyright laws. But we are watching a movie, Martin Scorsese movie. Is in the background, rather one of his popular ones from his gangster sagas, Casino. And in the movie, James Woods is one of the actors. At which point, when we saw the James Woods character, Joseph informed me of something that I did not know about James Woods. Tell him, Joe.
Well, that supposedly he, along with a few other celebrities, like supposedly has a huge dong. So
huge dong, big wiener.
Yeah, pretty much. But it could be exaggerated, because I was also saying it's like, sometimes wieners can be misjudged by these chicks.
I believe Joey put it. Women are horrible judges.
Historically horrible judges at judging wieners.
Judging wieners. This is Joseph saying. Okay. So according to Joe, biologically speaking, the gender that most deal with wiener are horrible judges of wiener. So ladies, if you dispute that, feel free to contact us in the meantime. If you think that Joseph's wrong, if you want to judge Joseph's wiener or mine, preferably not at the same time. But
or like in different rooms at most.
You said you saw a list of celebrities also who are rumored to have also, huge dongs. That list included...
it was William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Willem, not William. It's Willem.
Is it really?
Willem Dafoe.
Wow.
That's how it's pronounced.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
The Green Goblin's crazy.
Green Goblin's got a huge dong.
Yeah.
So, who else?
Liam Neeson. I think, unfortunately, Jared Leto.
That explains something. His acting. I think he won an Academy Award for playing a dude who plays a woman. Yeah. But, digress. Milton Berle was one that's classic in the comedy community.
Uncle Milty. Supposedly they said they buried his wiener on a separate day.
Is he dead? He's dead, huh?
Yeah, he died like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, so his wiener's no longer big. What else is there?
I got a confession, dude.
We learned a lot tonight. What are we confessing this early in the morning?
I didn't really have to help my dad with anything earlier.
Yeah.
I still just tell random lies for just to
part of your addict behavior.
Well, just to make it sound like I was actually busy instead of just like not doing shit.
What were you? Were you not doing shit?
Pretty much.
That's Joey. Okay, that's Joey.
But the thing is that I did have to wait until a later hour, because me and my dad go to the gym now together, and he always but I didn't lie about that. He always has to wait until he watches whatever his BS show is.
His BS show. What was the BS show you had to watch tonight?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was that something called Scandal or something.
Yeah, it's the one with where the president's banging a black chick.
There we go.
Kerry Washington.
So he had to watch that first before we went. So then that's what the holdup was.
Presidential side chick. That's what she said.
Yeah.
I always say I don't know what all this talk about side chicks are. I can barely keep a chick in front of me, let alone have one on the side. I always keep running. So
they're hard work.
Well, I forgot about that joke. I got to add that to my act. Joey, speaking of which, first met him doing stand-up comedy very horribly, with myself doing it very horribly. I'm saying we both had that in common. We both did not shows. We did comedy at a dive bar in Alameda. It wasn't that divey. I've seen worse. Called McGrath's. R.I.P. Rest in pieces.
Yeah.
But McGrath's was one of the places. I used to go to 2 open mics every week when I started, at least 2 to 3, and those open mics were Brainwash Cafe, which most people know in San Francisco on Thursdays, hosted by Tony Sparks, Godfather Bay Area comedy. Love Tony. Him.
Awesome.
And then McGrath's, which was the opposite of Brainwash in the sense that it was nice, open mic, good people, wonderful dive bar, but run by one of the most notoriously horrible people in stand-up comedy, and I know some people are still just a real piece of shit by the name of Justin Harrison. I know people like him. There's some people, or I don't know who really likes him. I think people just deal with him because he has some of his shows that people always want to get on and all that kind of stuff. And I've got nothing against him. I've always seen him. I just think I call it as I see it. Dude's always been an honest piece of shit to me. He stole $50 of mine. I say steal because, I didn't get any value for it when it was something for a show. Then he's got all his used car salesman excuses for. So until I get that $50 worth of some kind of whatever, he's a piece of shit. It's $50, and it's not a donation to his Fat Player book or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever. He's getting a free plug on my fucking shit. Fuck that guy. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that angrily. He knows I say fuck that guy. I say that to his fucking face, to his Facebook, to his email. Love that piece of shit. So, beyond that, but yeah, we did the McGraths. He used to host that open mic very horribly. It's funny because when people talk about his comedy, I always hear people say, "Oh, he's getting better now. It's not as bad as whatever." Everybody's always making excuses for it. But we always had a good time.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was no.
I saw some of my favorite.
Place.
I saw some of my first favorite comedians from the local scene there. Duat Mai was there. I first saw him at roasting Justin very wonderfully. He was hilarious. Fernando Soltero, who now lives in L.A., who's also a very funny dude from the South Bay. I think I could. No, Nina G. She used to hang out there. I liked it. There was a time where Nina G. tried to be civil to Justin.
Yeah,
and I think we still were, because we did hang out with them after the Roman Leo roast, which was at Shooters, and Justin hung out with us. And that was when Justin, before he left, I love how this whole talk is about him, because that's kind of one of the things how we have in common.
It was just like the connector between
he's he's the semen dick glue between us here, talking about large penis. But he goes, I remember when he said before, he goes, "Oh, me and Dave, don't I get a hug?" I said, "It depends. How much is it going to cost me?"
Oh, man.
So,
his name, are you sure it wasn't Justin Harris-Steen?
No, dude, dude, Jewish people are smart about how they don't rip people off. What he did.
The cool, like the one De Niro's playing, that's
Justin could have just said, "Hey, I need to eat. I'm broke. Comedy's not paying the bills." Beyond that, what else is what else? But no, McGrath's was really fun. It was a good place to learn how to bomb properly. And then Joey, we then went up. Joey's one of the kings. The thing about it, explain a little bit about your illustrious comedy career to the audience at home, because a lot of people probably aren't familiar with you because you stopped doing comedy.
Yeah, some people, they wonder where the hell I went and shit, but
not many people, but some.
Yeah, we're talking maybe 7 people.
Brendan Lynch, comedian Brendan Lynch, he was a big fan of your stylings on.
I didn't even know I had fans.
But he was somebody. He I don't know if he would remember you. I mean, he would remember you to see you, but if your name were brought up. But I always remembered he whenever your name was brought up, he would talk very fondly of loving to watch you.
Yeah, because actually, when we started that first few years or whatever, I do remember when I would go on, and I would kind of just see him standing in the corner snickering while everybody else was just.
I think it's because it's fun for him to watch a comedian
who doesn't
be so brave
shit,
doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
And not no apologies for it too. One of the things that Joseph was great at. I do a joke about now, or I do a joke now a lot of times during lulls, my sets or whatever. Sometimes I don't do comedy for the laugh. Sometimes I do it strictly for the peace and quiet after my jokes. This is one of the John Cages of comedy over here, in that he works greatly with silence. But it wasn't anything conscious. It was really the fact that you were stoned and forgot everything you were going to say.
Yeah, I would come up all right, it's I would write shit down, all right, man, I'm gonna use this one, and like, yeah, I got something good, and then it's just,
you'd have a game plan,
yeah,
and then
as soon as the lights go on,
you're like the Warner Brothers frog going ribbit.
Yeah, it's just
my favorite. These are some of my favorite Joey Nitro one-liners from his old act. Shit. So I'm just up here, stand-up comedy and shit. I should probably tell some jokes.
Yeah, I would always mention the fact that I haven't gotten to the jokes.
Also, I was a big fan of what I called the Joey Nitro Shuffle, which was a little bit of his. He would start doing this move back and forth.
You know what's weird? I really don't think I could genuinely do it now, not being high. Like that was kind of like.
I think you were trying to mask what was clearly you were masking what was clearly unprepared, nervous behavior,
right,
with a false sense of confidence, which was amusing a lot of the time, but didn't translate all the time into what would be a solid, coherent comedy act. But you were naturally a funny person to be around, and just like I insist, most comedy doesn't happen when it's forced, when you're trying so hard to like, I'm funny. Yeah. Like when people take comedy photos where they look like this. Shit ain't funny. You just look like you're about to have you're trying to fit 6 dicks in your mouth, And I'm talking like Willem Dafoe, Milton Berle, Liam Neeson, James Woods, all up in your grill.
Comedy's a natural instinct.
Well, comedy naturally happens. So I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it's not something that you can really. I mean, you can try to do. I mean, this is done in my house right now, my folks' house. I'm not expecting this to be that funny. Yeah. I got Joey for a guest. We're here hanging out. Okay,
much, yeah.
We're doing this whatever, and this is not to be confused with hanging out with Chris Shapakazi and that other fucking dude that I always forget who used Vahe. Who those guys used to do comedy.
He actually likes a lot of shit on a lot of my statuses on Facebook.
Yeah, Vahe. You don't really post too much on Facebook anymore.
Not as much as I used to. That's
I do. I was a big fan when we used to have the old In the Meantime podcast. Joey, along with Keon Cobra, were my co-hosts, and the reason why they were the co-hosts originally, it was supposed to be Keon Cobra's show, but me knowing Keon and knowing Joey, let's just say that
we misinterpreted shit.
Well, no, the three of us showed up on Paul Brumbaugh's show, which still is going on. The Edge of Insanity.
Yeah.
And we all had a good time. And
why would he wanted us as guests, man?
Because he wants anybody as guests. If you know him, everybody. And Paul Brumbaugh. Shout out to Paul Brumbaugh.
He is pretty cool.
He is a cool dude. Yeah. He's also a fucking, he gets wasted and tries, very depressed guy. But it can be a good guy, too.
It was him and Travis Curry, right?
Travis Too Much Curry. Yeah. I miss that guy.
He was cool, too.
And he can be a dick, but I loved it either way. But these are also some of the people that would always be trying to force comedy to happen. And when we'd be on the show, or a lot of times when I was on the show, I would just sort of go along with their very uncomfortable vibe sometimes and just be myself, and sometimes naturally things would happen. With these two guys, Joey and Keon were guys that I always had fun cracking on. I got to be a little more mean Dave with them because they could kind of laugh at themselves. But every now and then, I would touch a nerve, kind of make them wonder if I was kidding or not. And when we had the show, Keon again was supposed to be the host, but I knew that Keon was a complete clusterfuck when it came to anything involving commitment, not even structure, just commitment. And not only that, the guy was, he's pretty shaky. And I felt like, well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Keon, worst case scenario, I just had a feeling in my gut I was going to end up being the host. Who shows up on time to the meeting with John Suck-a-Dick Miller over there at FCC Free Radio. And that used to stand for John, You Can Suck a Dick Miller. But ever since my parting with that station, it's now John Can Go Suck a Dick Miller. who shows up on time for the meeting? I do. Keon left an hour before the meeting from Walnut Creek to get to San Francisco on game day during the Giants game, which was going to be traffic. So he was a half hour late. So I got to listen to John Miller bitch about him being late, and I just said, don't worry, I'll be the host. So I signed up for that, not even knowing, well, actually full on knowing what I was getting myself into, looking at the quality of meth that dude has probably gone through his system. Let's just say, you've done enough meth as a dude when you look like when you can't tell if the meth user is a man or a lesbian woman as a meth user. Just saying. And
dude, I am so fucking pale, man.
Well, no, now that's not you. That's the planet. That's my screensaver.
No, I mean, before that, like, I just like, I'm like.
Yeah, let's not worry too much about your paleness, man. You're still here. So Joey was one of the co-hosts. We ran the show for a good little few months with you guys being the co-hosts.
3 months, something.
And I used to have a bit that I wanted you to do that you would always fuck up called face blunting.
Yeah.
Which was where you would be
I was
high.
supposed to like actually live post something
on Facebook,
and I did a couple times, but
a couple times.
It would always it would go into a tangent. And I would probably talking about wieners or something.
No, you weren't talking about wieners too much. But in the end, again, like I said, it's for the better. We had a parting of the ways. You got kind of, I guess, sick of the show or just whatever. And again, I lost both my co-hosts. Still ran the show. Show is we had developed an audience and all that kind of stuff. But I always missed having you guys there because you were fun to kind of always be dealing with the like Keon Cobra had his bit Cobra Strikes.
Oh yeah.
Which most of the time was not really a Cobra strike.
Like a Cobra counter strike.
It was more of like Cobra gets nervous and showed up unprepared for whatever the fuck he was supposed to talk about, and would try to ad lib it and never really quite did. So beyond that, Joey, you had some jobs. I think you were working as a cab driver for a little bit, right?
Yeah, for Instant Cab in San Francisco. They're like similar to that Lyft, yeah, with the pink mustache and shit. They were like a competitor. I did it for like 3 months or something.
I think Lyft is pretty much the dominant one.
Oh yeah, I think they've pretty much taken over.
That
like,
pink mustache, it's pretty fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's like now you know who to rob.
Yeah,
go ahead. What else were you doing?
That was pretty fun while it lasted. I was working up to like 60 hours a week at sometimes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the only thing was that it was a 1099 job, like a side job.
Yeah.
So it counted as basically there was
an independent.
Yeah, there was a big self-employment tax. So you make all this money, but you're actually
you have to save money.
Yeah. So for me, that just wasn't the best job. And luckily, when I quit, I worked just long enough to where the amount that I made wasn't taxable, so I didn't have to deal with it. So that was pretty cool.
Smart guy, right there. I mean, well, you didn't mean to do it, but hey. Luck of the
Irish.
Yeah, luck of the Irish. He's Irish.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So
I'm pretty blatantly Irish, man.
And so beyond that, let's see. So what else has been going on since Mr. Nitro? So you've been interested possibly in returning to stand. You have returned to stand up a couple times.
Yeah, I had a few bits here and there. Both. I mean, the few times I've done comedy since getting clean, man, like they've definitely been a lot better. That I've definitely noticed. Like, I mean, I actually hear like laughter every whatever it is, like 20 seconds that you
got a stronger sense of point of view too. You're wiser. You got some wisdom from cleaning up.
As long as dude, if we're not stoned, man, like we're
here's the thing. So when I smoked weed, I didn't really feel like it hindered me as much in my comedy. Alcohol really was that, but the thing is it was very much a distraction of behavior. Yeah. Like I always was. I mean, I was more compulsive. Like it would just be. I didn't feel like I needed it, but almost like I felt like. I had to be smoking weed at all times to just kind of feel normal.
Yeah, that's when that's when it's gone too far, man.
I don't know. It's definitely I like my headspace now that I'm clean because now I'm able to really distill my hatred for people. Well, I mean not hatred. I wouldn't say hatred. I'm not hate. I'm learning not to. I'm working my 12 steps here. Trying not to hate. Don't want to be a hater.
That's true, man. I try. Honestly, I try and cut down the amount that I use the word hate. Like I try and just use I don't like or I dislike.
I lack love for.
Yeah, there you go.
Need to learn to love this.
Yeah. Or I'm disheartened by this, man.
I do want to point out that your shirt matches my PJs, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. Got a little match-roo. So, here's another big booty girl from the casino here.
They've been showing casino a lot.
There's a scene where Joe Pesci walks out one of the dancer gals and is about to get a blowjob in the parking lot.
Yeah, he cops down.
Yeah, he's talking about the tender veal. So yeah, Joseph, you got anything that you're plugging? You doing anything? Any appearances for Nitro? Where can people find you? Or remaining off the grid these days?
Yeah, just as of right now, it's still pretty much just off the grid. I'm definitely gonna plug myself back into the world of comedy because it's like every day that I'm not participating in something that exercises those creative buttons or whatever, I just feel like I'm wasting myself and shit, So I'll be getting back into that and I do rap too. And
you rap?
Yeah, I rap. Yeah.
I did not know you rapped. No, I did. I don't remember you rapping.
Yeah, no, it's actually something I do pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I'm never one to, the beatbox. I didn't know you could beatbox. See, like we just found something.
It's not a good beatbox. It's not that good a beat. I do beats in my head. I've written a rhyme or two. With rhymes like vomit, I spit them with disgust. The only reason I am rapping is because everyone sucks. I don't know why that is. I wish I didn't have to unleash this lame MC, a.k.a. a drastic amateur. Ronin rhyme apocalypse upon the earth, with salamanders still in the trees. Old dirty bastard warned of these, so keep your eyes peeled and your weapons unsheathed. In this lame battlefield with no room for perfection in an imperfect realm, just deal with the hand you're dealt as a blackjack across your dome, splits your head wide open, Joker's running wild with your medulla oblongata stolen, drops you dead, Fred, but it's only temporary. No, I'm just kidding. You're dead for life, Jack. And that's that. It sucks, scat. That's that. And then my buddy Critta would tell all them hoes. And so that's how my rhymes would work. That was from a rap group called the Lame MCs of the Apocalypse. That found footage movie might be edited someday, and we may release that movie if ever the planets align. But that was my rap group, the Lame MCs of the Apocalypse. I was Dave the Explainer. That was my rap alter ego.
Badass.
Hey man, we try. So Joey. What we gotta wrap this up, man, because it's getting late. I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's like 3.
It's getting
past 3.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. So what any closing remarks for the people?
Not really, man.
It's classic Nitro right there. That's classic. Joey Nitro.
The main thing that personifies who I am is the whole idea that
show them the guns. Show them the guns again.
Well, that I know nothing. I'm a big.
You know more than nothing. Show them the guns. Just show them the guns. You know where the gym is at.
They were too white, man.
No, come on. I don't even have the guns.
Should I?
Yeah, do it. Look at that. See, this is before. Look at that motherfucker, man. He can clothesline a motherfucker.
I should cut a fucking wrestling promo right now.
Yeah, it's just
we don't need
to. We don't need to do the. I'm just saying. Joey looks like a young man who can handle himself. I couldn't beat Joey in a fight. I'll put that right there.
The only thing
before I could scare you, before I could intimidate you, in at least in the whatever. But now
I would just cry and scream.
Yeah, I would hurt. I know I could hurt your feelings. I know I could hurt your feelings. So that's the thing. Psychological warfare tends to work.
It's far bigger than.
Yeah, I've gotten my ass kicked by people that I've made cry.
The one
Both times.
who doesn't revert to physicality is the bigger person.
That's right.
Man.
Psychological.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and break my face and all you want, but I'm gonna make you cry.
Hurt him with words,
I'm gonna
man.
make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
That's where the Mean Dave stigma really gets inside. It's like Hannibal Lecter.
That's that good shit.
Well, I don't know if it's good, but in closing, we've learned a lot. Don't work with Justin Harrison. What else? What else did we learn?
A couple celebrities who have big dogs.
Big dicks. Women are the worst judges of wieners.
Yeah.
Casino, good movie. Check it out.
It is.
Better than Wolf of Wall Street, I'll say. Beyond that, cats, will you stop fucking around? You got cats that are fighting over there. Beyond that, Joey, he's probably going to see some puss sometime soon.
It's been every 2 months, you know.
Yeah.
But the exaggerated 2 years is what I'll
He was telling me about some women with some chick with big tits and a nice ass earlier that, yeah. So, don't worry. Ladies, it's in the cards. So, like I said, hit me up in the meantime. Check out the In the Meantime fan page, because we're back in this webisode form. Hit me or Joseph up on Facebook.
Can't shut the Meantime down, man.
Not at all, man. We're back, full force, early in the morning. We should be sleeping.
I'm glad to be here, man.
I'm glad too, man. Thanks for coming by. Much appreciated. The handshake. I don't know what other bro kind of stuff there or whatever.
Dude,
you know, we could say a little. Let's give a little. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Fuck yeah! Ending on a good note. Thank you for being in the meantime with me and Dave, Joey Nitro. Have a great fucking night, morning, everybody.